As you have learned from previous videos, there are two types of settlements of workers' compensation claims. One, which is a settlement via stipulations, keeping your future medical care open, and two, a compromise and release, buying out your future medical care. We won't go into the ins and outs of each type as we have already in previous videos. Negotiating may sound intimidating at first, but once you know your key negotiating points and are looking for a reasonable settlement, this can be a painless process that will leave you with a lot more money than originally offered. Starting with a settlement via stipulations, the negotiation process is relatively simple to begin with. The permanent disability percentage is the key here. Basically, you've been treating with your PTP, your primary treating physician, and you have been deemed PNS or permanent and stationary. The doctor dictates a report giving you a PD or permanent disability percentage. The insurance carrier will then send you stipulations documents with that percentage on the documents and let you know what dollar amount that is equivalent to. However, if you take the first number they throw at you, because they're banking on you not knowing any better, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. For example, say you had a knee arthroscopy and healed relatively well, and the doctor gives you an 8% PD, or $5,520 is what it's equivalent to on his PNS report. You don't have to accept this number right away. If you did, there would be no documents to sign, no stipulations process at all. If you think about what other options you have, it's easy to find how to leverage this into a higher percentage and ultimately a higher dollar amount. If you remember from prior videos, you always have the option to dispute the findings of your PTP and request a QME, Qualified Medical Evaluation, which we discussed in another video. So just knowing this simple fact, you can leverage your 8% finding and demand additional PD by looking at it solely from a cost perspective from the insurance company. If you're the insurance company, the cost of a QME evaluation can range anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, and there's that uncertainty that whether the QME will find a higher PD percentage for you or just the same. It's possible for him to find a lower PD, but this is very rare. And insurance companies inherently dislike any uncertainty or risk, so they would pay a premium to eliminate that risk. Finally, in terms of cost to the insurance carrier, another bargaining chip you have is the possibility to obtain an attorney. If you let the insurance carrier know you disagree with the PD percentage and you're looking to get an attorney, they will have to undergo substantial litigation expenses in the long run, spending thousands and sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars in litigation, going to depositions or going to court, etc. Knowing these three facts, you can let your insurance carrier know that you don't accept the 8% finding and would like to demand, for example, a 16% finding to settle via stipulations. And if they don't agree, you want to go to a QME. Of course, they may not always come all the way up to your demand of 16%, but if you stand your ground, are reasonable, and can understand their cost perspectives, you'll be able to score yourself a significant increase in the value of your settlement via stipulations. We'll be diving into negotiations for a compromise and release settlement in another video.